Northern Ireland is one of our favorite places. It has a mix of coastal towns and it definitely has a lot of history and just a vibrant culture, lots of good food, just scenic. There's so much to do and see in Northern Ireland. It was defined for decades by the Troubles, which happened mainly in the Belfast area. You can actually go there now and see all the murals and things like that I will talk about later in this video. But now it's not so much known for that. Of course, that history is still there, but it's just known as a beautiful destination for families or solo travelers, just anybody that wants to see the beauty of Northern Ireland. Newcastle is a vibrant seaside town in County Down. It is situated where the Mourne Mountains sweep down to the sea, as they say. The Mourne Eye is a Ferris wheel located in the heart of Newcastle. It offers panoramic views of the town of Newcastle, Dundrum Bay, and the spectacular Mourne Mountains. The historic Slieve Donard Hotel is a Victorian resort at the foot of the Mourne Mountains, and it's next to the Royal County Down Golf Course. It's a world-renowned golf course. It has hosted famous guests such as Tiger Woods, Dame Judi Dench, Michael Douglas, and Charlie Chaplin. Take a seaside stroll along the coast and enjoy the scenery, and maybe pop into one of the cafes, arcades, or ice cream shops. Newcastle is a great place to stay if you plan to explore Tollymore Forest Park. It's a scenic park in the area, and it's known for its massive trees and Gothic-style bridges. Check out the beautiful Shemna River and take a hike on one of the many walking trails. Now, this forest was also a filming location for some of the Game of Thrones scenes. It was known as the area where one of the dire wolf pups was found, and some of the area around Winterfell and a few other things. So if you're a Game of Thrones fan, look it up and you can see for yourself where and what was filmed here, but those are just a few that I remember hearing about. The Mourne Mountains are the focal point of the town and are a majestic granite mountain range. These mountains have the highest peak in the province, Slieve Donard. There is a 22-mile wall called the Mourne Wall, and it's actually said to be the inspiration for the book Narnia. The Bloody Bridge, which is known for its dark history, which involved a 1641 rebellion massacre, is now a beautiful starting point for the hike up Slieve Donard. Located about 4 miles away from Newcastle, you'll find the Castlewellan Peace Maze. It's one of the world's largest permanent hedge mazes. It was created as a symbol of peace and reconciliation, and when visitors arrive, they try to reach the center, which is symbolic of a peace center, or like a peaceful center. The hedges themselves are intentionally low, and it encourages visitors to talk and cooperate across the hedges, kind of working like a team to reach the center. Dunluce Castle sits upon the cliffs of the Causeway coast on a dramatic shoreline. The castle itself is now just ruins of a medieval fortress. The scenery surrounding this historic castle is breathtaking. It was originally built in the 13th century but underwent restoration and expansion throughout its history. In 1639, a major storm caused a partial kitchen collapse right into the ocean, taking several staff members with it. There was one survivor, apparently, as legend is told. It was a young boy that was in the corner and not near enough to the edge to fall in. But after this kitchen collapse, the castle was abandoned, leading it to the ruined state it is in today. The Mermaid Cave, as it's known, is located under the castle and was rumored to have been associated with the tragic romance of Maeve Rowe. Maeve refused to marry the suitor her father, Lord Macquellan, had chosen for her, because she was in love with someone else named Reginald. To punish his daughter, he locked her in one of the towers, and on a stormy night, Reginald rescued Maeve, and they crept down to the Mermaid Cave below, where a rowboat was waiting for them. Sadly, as they attempted to row away, the violent waves overcame their small boat, and they both drowned. The castle is called haunted by a lot of people. Whether you believe that or not, it's up to you. You can visit and explore the grounds for a pretty reasonable price. You used to be able to visit the mermaid cave underneath, but I think, as far as I know, they have closed it off and have deemed it too dangerous to actually visit anymore. So you just have to be okay with exploring the grounds above. But as I said, the scenery is just majestic. Belfast was once defined by its troubles, and that is clearly history that they haven't forgotten, as you can explore different parts of Belfast and see the political murals. One of the most famous murals is that of Bobby Sands, who was an IRA volunteer and politician who died after a 66-day hunger fast while he was imprisoned. The hunger strike was to demand special category status for Republican prisoners. His supporters call him a hero who died for Irish freedom. The peace walls were built during the Troubles to separate Catholic and Protestant communities. Despite over 25 years of peace, a lot of the structures still stand. Many local residents feel they provide necessary security. You can book a black cab tour, and it will take you around Belfast and kind of take you on a journey through the history of Belfast. Speaking of history, you can visit Belfast City Hall and do a guided tour that will do the same thing. It kind of takes you on a tour of Belfast and its history. There is a memorial garden for victims of the Titanic located on the grounds as well. And again, you don't have to do the guided tour. It's just a spectacular building. You can go and sit on the green area, and you can just take some pictures and also grab some food at the local restaurants nearby. The Giant's Causeway is a geological wonder known for its many hexagonal columns. According to local folklore, the causeway was built by the Irish giant Finn McCool. Legend says he built the path across the North Channel to reach Scotland and face his rival. Nowadays, visitors can walk the few trails either along the coast or on the cliffs. You can view the organ and amphitheater formations along the coastal path. Head to the visitor center and learn about the geology and folklore, and walk on the grass roof of the building. The Giant's Causeway is a great spot for photography. You literally can take a picture here without capturing the beauty of the coast and the formations. We were here in June, and it was a bit crowded because the summertime is just going to be more crowded. You're going to have more visitors, more tourists. They have an option from the visitor center. You can take a bus down to the causeway, or you can actually walk the path and go that way. Either way is fine. We did the walk because we wanted to see the views all the way out, and the kids love climbing on the rocks and the formations, and it's just a beautiful spot. The Carrica Reed Rope Bridge is a thrilling 66-foot suspension bridge hanging above the Atlantic Ocean. Originally built by fishermen in 1755, this popular tourist attraction connects mainland to Carrick Island. It offers breathtaking views, and some people are brave enough to cross it. Some might not want to if they have a fear of heights. The Dark Hedges is a 250-year-old avenue of beech trees in County Antrim in Northern Ireland. It's actually featured as the King's Road in Game of Thrones. Again, another Game of Thrones filming location. For preservation reasons, you cannot drive on the road, but you can park nearby and walk and take some lovely pictures. The trees were actually planted by the Stewart family to impress visitors when they came to their mansion. This was like the entrance to their mansion. It's free to visit, and it takes about 30 minutes of your time to walk. The Quilca Boardwalk Trail, also known as the Stairway to Heaven, is a popular 4-mile hiking route in Northern Ireland. It offers amazing views from a steep 450-foot staircase that goes up into the Quilca Mountains. It was originally built to protect the earth underneath it from erosion caused by hikers. The hike itself can take between 2 and 4 hours. If you have young kids, it may take you a little bit longer if they want to stop and look. And even if I was along, it might take longer because I would be stopping and looking and taking pictures all over the place. So just allow yourself plenty of time to do the hike if you plan to do the whole thing. Londonderry, or Derry, is known as Europe's only remaining fully walled city. You can actually go on walks on the wall, and there's a lot of history, and there's different information and things like that that you can see as you walk along the walls, as well as a view of the city itself. The city was a focal point for the civil rights movement and the Troubles, including the tragic events of Bloody Sunday. You can actually go to the Bogside area, which is where the Free Derry sign is located, and you can see the Free Derry sign, but you can also see the memorial for Bloody Sunday. The city became known worldwide after the TV series Derry Girls was released on Netflix. It's a coming of age TV series. There's a mural in the city of the Derry Girls. If you like the show, you'd enjoy it. Even if you don't, it's cool art. So the name Londonderry is the subject of a lot of fighting and arguing. My husband is Irish and he calls it Derry. He says it's Derry, it's not Londonderry. And I think a lot of nationalists will call it Derry and others would call it Londonderry. The walls that were built between 1613 and 1619 have never been breached, giving Derry the name of the Maiden City. If you head over to the Bogside area where the Free Derry sign is and the Bloody Sunday Memorial is, you can actually see a lot of the political murals that are there. And while you're in Derry, you can walk across the Peace Bridge that goes across, and you can see some of the old churches. One of the churches there, St. Augustine, I think, is the oldest religious site in Derry. We actually went in and had a look around, and it's really pretty. So those are our favorite things to do in Northern Ireland. There's so much more. These are just some of our favorites and things that stood out to us. So if you're in Northern Ireland, make sure you give some of these places a visit and come back and tell us how you liked it or didn't like it.